Yo, what's up guys? If you want a shout out or if you just want to support your boy, follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Prince Ohakam. Make sure you hit that like on this video. Lastly, subscribe and turn your post notifications on. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Yo, what's up guys, Prince Charming. We're going to be checking out The Odd One Out, the movie that was too scary for Baby James, part 3, the final part. And yes guys, I know, I have a very giant pimple. Yes, you don't have to point it out, I see it. It kind of reminds me of the pimple from Fairly Odd Parents, you know, the one that can talk and that would like plot evil plans or whatnot. I feel like I'm going to go to bed and then wake up and this is going to start talking to me. It's going to start like hatching evil. But no, we're checking out the final part for the movie that was too scary for Baby James. The movie was called The Dark Crystal. Essentially, it was like a Muppets that was dark and evil. It was just really weird. It was more weird and uncomfortable than scary, I would say. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the last part to this. All One Out, let's see why this movie was scary. Don't forget to hit me with a like on this video. Subscribe and turn your post notifications on so you don't miss a post. Go ahead and comment your favorite horror movie. My favorite horror movie, since I don't really like horror movies that much, honestly, I'll have to say whatever horror movie, like Prisoners, that was a good movie, even though it was more of a thriller than a horror, I would guess, but I don't do horror. But enough of me talking, let's go ahead and check out The Odd One Out, the movie that was too scary for Baby James. Hope you guys enjoy the video.
So then, for some reason, Kira knows where the castle is, and since she can talk to animals, she calls up
these things called the
Landstriders. They're just a person walking on four stilts.
Alright, this is where we left off.
The Landstriders all the way to the castle. I have a lot of problems with this next scene. So one of the Skeksis takes a podling that they just captured, locks it into a chair, and tells the podling to suck its essence away and make it a slave.
It won't hurt. We just want to drain your living essence. Then you can be the same as the other podlings here. A slave.
You know, the podlings don't speak English. They speak a whole different language.
They're turning them into slaves over here? Oh my gosh.
Skeksis is just talking gibberish to this guy while he's just locked in a chair like, what's going on? Like, none of what you're saying is going through this guy's head. And so only the Emperor can drink the essence, and that will make him stay young forever. So what do you need the sun for? And also, what killed the last Skeksis? Looked like old age to me. Yeah, no, that's cool and all, but we get the most terrifying scene in the whole movie. That's right, this is the winner. You gave me the most nightmare scene. You win $1 million. Congratulations, scene. I can go.
Oh, I don't know if y'all saw my face the entire time, but first of all, draining somebody's essence. What kind of kids movie is this? Yo, this is no way a family movie, bro. This is no way a family movie, and they're turning them into slaves. This is saying a lot, guys. No, I'm just messing with you. This probably has nothing to do with society, or does it? No, but seriously, this is very, very creepy. He has to drain essence so he can stay young forever. That reminds me of the queen that would kill young women and bathe in their blood so she could stay young forever. But instead, they are actually staying young forever, and she was just crazy.
Go on for hours about how this part of the movie gave me nightmares, but honestly it speaks for itself. I think what made it worse was that the podling was tied down to the chair and he was just so helpless and his whole face melted off and just But now that I'm
Why'd they do that to them?
What do you guys need slaves for? So far the only thing slaves have done was pull on a rope to make some swords appear out of the ground and bring you guys a plate of food. Why is there such a high demand for slaves that you need to make new ones? What do you guys even do all day? Then Kira and Jen arrive at the castle. They see the crab people taking in the pod people from Kira's village. They try and save the podlings, but completely fail. The Landstriders die immediately. Jen and Kira open the cage that the podlings were in, and then the two get cornered. And what are they going to do, you ask?
Suicide jump.
Isn't it obvious? They're gonna jump and slowly float down to safety.
Don't pull me down with you.
Because Kira has wings. That never came up in the memory sharing bit. So I guess when the Skeksis told the crystal bats to search for the gelflings in the sky, they weren't that far off. Hey Kira, sorry we left your whole family back there. We totally didn't save them, like, at all. They're probably gonna get turned into slaves now.
I am not trusting this girl, bro. She has too many tricks up her sleeves, bro. How did you get wings out of nowhere and I not know about it? So you're telling me I can show myself naked and that's cool, but you can't show me that you have wings until we have to suicide jump. It's not even like you tell me jump, I have wings, don't worry. No, you literally pull me down and just expect me to be okay with it. Girl, you got lucky you have wings, because if you didn't, We'll be dead. I don't know what happened.
Okay, we're almost done, everyone. We're getting to Climax Town.
Ooh,
Jen and Kira
Climax.
sneak into the castle. Chamberlain's there. He basically murders Jen. And since he captured a gelfling, he's not an outcast anymore. You guys
I knew he was an
the
op.
first time.
I knew he was an op.
Striders are dead. Kira goes into the slave room, and as a kid, I was already so traumatized the first time seeing a podling get turned into a slave, and now seeing Kira getting her essence taken away, I lost my mind. Oh shoot!
This is not a kid's
getting turned
movie.
into a slave. Luckily, remember the old hag, Agura? She's like, yo, you can talk to animals, just ask them to help you. Oh, okay. She breaks free, and the animals push the Skeksis
Chamberlain
down this pit, and that kills them. Leading up to this point, it's hinted that the Skeksis and the Mystics are, like, connected. When something happens to a Skeksis, there's a Mystic counterpart that experiences the same thing.
What?
So when this Skeksis died, there was a Mystic just walking around that just... and none of the other Mystics react. Yeah, it happens. Then we see that the Mystics can control the crab monsters. I'm guessing it's because they're connected to the Skeksis, who also can control the crab monsters. So having a Mystic go with Jen on his journey in the first place would have been super helpful back when Kira's village was getting raided. Alright, let's just wrap this up. Fizzgig dies, Jen's not really dead. He finds the dark crystal, he jumps to it and then drops the shard. Kira has to throw the shard back to Jen.
cheesehead!
So while she's doing that, she gets murdered. I said spoiler warning, right? And then Jen plops that sucker back into the crystal. The castle crumbles around everyone and the world is saved. But first, the Skeksis and the Mystics walk into each other because they're connected, remember? They become one again, and are you ready for this? They walk into each other.
What do they become?
And they turn into tree aliens. I'm
What?
not even joking. According to the prequels, these things are actually aliens. This is what the whole
What?
movie has been building up to. The bad guys are just one half of a schizophrenic alien tree person, and if you read the prequels, you'd know that. Is this supposed to be a plot twist? Because to me, it just seems like a plot is doing whatever it wants.
Oh, what? Okay, I'm not gonna go too deep on this movie, but this does not make sense to me at all. They turn into tree aliens? What are they getting at over here? What was the point of this movie, bro? This man, John, whatever your name was, all you had to do was put the crystal in and you dropped it and your girl got killed over it because you had to go and drop it. Damn, Butterfingers. Yeah, this movie is probably not a movie I would want to watch because it just looks terrible. Tree aliens? What?
So much weird, unexplained stuff has already happened in this movie, so at this point, I don't even care. By the way, Kira and Fizzgig don't actually die. This is a kid's movie, after all. And then the world is saved, even though there's only like 3 people who inhabit it now. The end. So that was the movie. Want to know something funny? I've already used more words in this video than there were words in the entire movie. Also, I need to ask, Jen was supposedly the chosen one.
This time, Jen is the chosen one.
But I would make the argument that Kira should have been the chosen one. Let me go down my list. She saved Jen from the mud. She sniped a crystal bat out of the sky. When the crab monsters attacked, she had to tell Jen to run. She found the shard on the ground after Jen threw it. She tells Jen not to trust Chamberlain. She knew where the castle was and got the land striders to take them there. She used her wings to float Jen down to safety. She was able to get out of being turned into a slave by herself.
So Jen
threw the shard back
didn't
to
do
Jen
anything.
after his Butterfingers dropped it.
Thank
and how did she get
Butterfingers!
rewarded? By getting stabbed. All Jen did was play his flute at a magic rock. This guy's a doofus. Who chose Jen to be the chosen one? Bad choice. Now, I've said who my second and third favorite character
Don't tell me
in this movie
Chamberlain
but
is.
who's my favorite character? There's only like 3 other characters to choose from, so who could it be? Well, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite character isn't in this movie. My favorite character of the Dark Crystal universe is Rayunip, Agura's son. Okay, I know I just finished the movie, but let me talk about the prequel comics for a minute. Remember Agura, the old lady? Well, turns out she's an immortal being and has been around since the creation of this world. Alright.
Okay, I've heard it. This movie just keeps getting more and more ridiculous each time I listen to it, but we're gonna keep going, Bro, is anybody not immortal or eternal or supernatural or superpowered or chosen one in this movie, bro? With a population of 4 people in the entire planet, bro? This movie just didn't have enough time. It just didn't have enough time to think about it. I don't know. I've seen much worse movies though, so I don't want to go too hard on it. But this movie was kind of trash, I'm not gonna lie.
One day, a meteor hits the planet, and she, like anyone else would do, gives life to it. And out pops Rayunip. and he's basically the main character of the prequel books, and is also technically an alien. I like him because he's the only one who questions what's going on. He asks the same questions I'm asking. So he's my favorite, he's the only character I ever wanted to cosplay. If they ever make the prequels into a movie, I call dibs on playing Rayunip. That's how it works. I call dibs on playing this character. I just show up to auditions and I'm like, I actually called dibs, so... Also, in the second book, Algura and her son are having a moment, and Rayunip says, "Will you remember me, Mother? After all the harm I caused? I will never forget you, child." Well, you didn't really seem to remember him in the movie. Also, if there's any producers watching, that was my audition just now to play Rayunip. Would I recommend you watch The Dark Crystal?
No.
Well, I did just spoil the whole thing, so no, it would be a waste of time at this point. But if I was talking to someone who hasn't watched this video, then yeah, I would recommend it. Even with all of its flaws, I still think it's a creative film, and I don't know, maybe it'd be fun to talk about it afterwards. Maybe I was desensitized doing all this research, but I also enjoyed the prequel comic books. After all, my favorite character's in there. There's also a manga that was made, Legends of the Dark Crystal, and it's supposed to take place in between these books and the movie, so these books don't even bridge the gap between the start of the... It leaves still on a cliffhanger. These books still leave on a cliffhanger. Speaking of manga, there were plans to make a sequel to The Dark Crystal, another movie, but the film ended up getting canceled. But a 12-part comic series is being produced by Boom Studios, and it's not even completed yet. They're only on like the second installment. This is recent, you guys, so now is a great time to get into the Dark Crystal fandom. Like I said, I think The Dark Crystal is a creative story. Jim Henson really bit off more than he can chew making this movie, but seeing how many comics have been made to tell this story, maybe The Dark Crystal is told better through comics and not with the limitations of puppets from the 80s.
That was it for that video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. To be honest with you, bro, The Dark Crystal, it seemed very interesting because, you know, you have the Odd1Out explaining it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like a good movie at all. It's not probably a movie in the 80s that you should have watched, because clearly in the 80s, that was probably like the best CGI graphics you can get from puppets or whatnot, but... you know, special effects now will knock this out of the water. I can't stand to watch something like this. And the convoluted plot and the twist weird ending, I don't really like that. I need my endings nice and good. You know, I like the... Don't forget to hit me with a like, subscribe, and comment on this video. From my platform is truly Prince Charming. My name is Prince Ohakam. Stay charming, my friends.